Well, hello everybody, it's me Long again. It's been a long time since our last encounter, right? About 2 3 weeks, and I believe you have had a great time, and so have I. But the point right here today I want to make is we are right now having so many things need to be ironed out together. So, first of all, we today need to accomplish this final part of lecture 1, part 4. And right then, in the following videos, we will go into the whole new section, the whole new lecture, lecture 2. Well, welcome everybody. And as always, please feel free to notify me of any needs. First of all, let's take a look about imaging plans. The three picture in this slide see the whole thing you need to understand about the plans in anatomical speaking. Well, let's take a look first of all about not only the plans, I mean also the direction in the way you describe the position of the internal organ or anything lies in on at your body. All right, so let's take a look. First of all, superior and inferior. What are they? Superior is referred to the movement toward the head, means up the head, up on the head, and inferior is referred to the movement toward the foot, the feet. Yeah, because it's lying down the feet right here. You can see that. This is, I think, the most important picture in this whole section, section 10. Yeah, image plans. Let me zoom out for you. Okay, so that's superior and inferior, and sometimes, I mean, usually they will write them in a short way, well, SI. And the second one is anterior and posterior, and usually is written in a short way by AP position, AP location, whatever. Yeah. So what is anterior? Anterior is referred to the movement toward the face. Here you can see the face toward the face, movement forward, and that's anterior. And what is the posterior? Posterior refers to the movement toward the back surface. Here, this is our back surface. Toward means you want to go away as far as possible our back surface. So posterior. Well, that's AP. Anterior and posterior. Left, right, I don't think I need to explain it because I don't know, it's way more basic we need to talk about it here. So let's skip it and go into the lateral. What is lateral? Lateral means on the side, beside you, next to you. Hey, it's a lateral. And oh, I think it's a cool word. It's a cool term. Proximal and distal. Well, proximal, you mean it? Proximal. Mm, Oh, let's talk about distal first, hey? The distal means and it's a synonym for away from. What does that mean? Well, away from means the distal of your forearm here. For example, the distal of your forearm is your hand. Yeah, away from your forearm. Here is your forearm, and away from your forearm is your hand. Distal proximal. And the second one is a proximal. What is proximal? Proximal means close to. Yeah, close to. So the proximal location of our arm is our shoulder in here. Close to. Remember? Proximal, close to, and distal, away from. Yeah, it's simple, right? And I'm thinking the corona plan. Okay, that's a medial. Okay, that's all the basic direction of our body in an anatomic speaking. And right now we will go into transfer into the plans, the basic plans of our body. First of all, axial plan, one of the most famous plan whenever you talking about or anybody is talking about CT, MRI, or any imaging scanning. Well, why? Why is it so famous in CT scan? Because you may know before, the first CT model can only scan the axial plane and can only give you the reconstructed image in the axial plane. Well, so what is axial plane? Axial plane is the plane here, right here, axial plane, and we have axial plane here is a green plane, the plane that divide your body into two sections, the upper one and the lower one. Yeah, the upper one and the lower one. Why is it so famous? Because when you are in the city machine, you lie in the bed, right? And the tube is perpendicular. Its X-ray beam is will be perpendicular to your body, and exactly it lie on the axial plane. Yeah, parallel to the axial plane here. So that's the reason why our first model can only reconstruct the images in the axial plane. Well, and as you may know too, over time we develop a more advanced system so that we can see images from the other planes. So the second plan I want to introduce you is the corona plan. You can see right here, it can be called also frontal plan. So what is corona plan? Corona plan is the plan divide your body into two section two. But this time, let's see, corona plan. This time it divide you into two sections. The first section is the anterior, and the second section is the posterior one. Here, the corona plan. It's still yeah. I want to take a note right here. The corona plan, the axial plan, and sagittal plan, all the three basic plans is are perpendicular to your body. Yeah, yeah, it's a plan and it can perpendicular to your body, but the way they lie in your body and the way they divide your body is different. Okay, and the corona plan here will divide your body, separate you from two sections, the anterior one and the posterior one right here. And let's get into our third plan, the sagittal plan, or sometimes you can see the longitudinal plan. Well, okay, where is it? Sagittal plan. Sagittal here, and the sagittal plan will also separate you, divide your body into two sections too. First one is the left, and the second one is on the right. That's all. Okay, I think this picture I capture here is is a good demonstration about the plans. Here you can see the coronal plan, the horizontal plan, the sagittal, medial. Yeah, medial is just in the middle of your body. The medial sagittal plan. So, and the parasagittal plan is quite simple. It's not lying in the middle body. It's a sagittal plan. Still a sagittal plan. It's parallel to the sagittal way in the sagittal plan, but it not divide you into two equal sections, just like that. And yeah, one of the most, I think, yeah, quite famous and popular plan is oblique. Oblique shows this is a plan and it creates the angle to the other plan. So you can see right here, instead of the axial plan, and the corona plan right here, the corona plan and the sagittal plan will result in the 90 degree section in a section with the axial plane, the oblique will create an angle. Yeah, right here. So maybe it's a 30 degree or 45-degree to the other plane, just like that. It's like not which it doesn't it is not perpendicular to our body. It just create an angle to the other plane. All right. So let's take it back. Okay. So that's the imaging plans. And right now, let's talk about. Oh, just sorry so much. Well, I want to add some note for you right here, the application of the plans. You can see this is the demonstration of the role of the plans, changing plans while we scan the CT image, while we use CT to scan our body. So you see, this is a bread analogy we have talked in, let me know, in the part 1 or part 2, right? And this time, imagine your abnormal tissue is a coin. The bread is our the cast in our skin, and the white portion is our comparable to our uh, internal organ. And the coin right here is an abnormal tissue. So as you can see, if we see it, right here, it is let me see, it's a corona plan. We will see the whole. We could be able to view the whole coin. But if we saw it on the sagittal plan, like from the images from the first model, CT model, we only can view the coin in this plan, and we have no. I think we have no proof to make a hard bullet conclusion about the existence of the coin. Yeah, because we can only see that, and sometimes, and some, maybe usually, in a particular body part, we need to change the view to have a comprehensive evaluation about the status of the body part. For example, the sinus. The sinus prefers the coronal view because the sinus lies vertically. Well, you can see right here is this is a coronal axial plane of the sinus, but the right picture is our view in coronal plane. So because the sinus lies in the coronal vertically, if we change the way we view in a coronal view, we can easily see the ethmoid complex. You can see right here. And as I note in here, sometimes coronal plan can reduce the artifact. For example, about the pictorial axial view, because pictorial axial view has vague representation, and we will talk about this problem in another section, another video in about the application while we want to take the picture or CT picture, and how the changing of the plans can impact what can affect your image display. Well, so let's go into the next section, the overview of the CT system operation. Whoa. You may know, you definitely I want to stay here. The CT operation is a really very super complicated way. It's complicated definition. There's way more. In conclusion, I can say that there's no way in force line can describe it in details about the operation of the CT system, but this is the overview, right? And we can break the way the CT run in three, my friend, in three sections, in three part. The first part and the first thing it to do is getting data, and the second one is the way we use data, and the third one is the way the data is displayed. What? Displaying data here. So let me explain you. First one, how we get data. Let me give you let me give you a quick lesson, a quick summarize about how X-ray to create or produce X-ray beam. Okay, first of all, we have a filament on the cathode side. This is the cathode, and the cathode has the filament. When you heat the filament, it creates and it releases the beam of electrons, very many electrons, and we have a voltage between the cathode and the anode. The anode is, you can call it the target. The target we want to the our electrons bombard. Okay, we have the starting point, we have the target, starting point cathode, and the target is the anode, and the electron beams from the cathode under the voltage, yeah, the direction, they dictate the way of the electron runs, direction, they dictate the direction of the electron. Okay, and the electron runs and they bombard the target, the target and the anode. Yeah, they bombard the anode, and because of something called physics, yeah, it relays, because it bombard the anode, and the anode relays X-ray beams. Yeah, and if I have a time, sometime there's a note in here. This anode is the rotating anode, because the heat, the heat, the heat produced in the way the electron bombarded is way too hard. So we need to use the rotating anode to reduce the uh, the heat of this phenomena. So, but the most important thing you need to know is we got a cathode, we got a filament, and when you heat the filament, we have the electron beam, and because the electron beam is running under the voltage between cathode and the anode. In another way, we can say the target, and when the electron beam bombard the target, we have X-ray beam. That's how X-ray beam is created. Well, that's why we get data. That's the way we get data, right? Because when we have X-ray beam, the X-ray beam will go through, and there are so many interaction between the X-ray beam and our body, but eventually the X-ray beam go through our body, and the remaining X-ray have data into it, and the okay, we get data, and the data in the remaining X-ray will meet the detector in a sec detector here, right here. This is um let me say this is a simple demonstration of the modern detector of CT, or in another way, sometimes you hear about this term. It says uh scintillation detector. Okay, because almost the modern city in this century use it. Yeah, in 2022. So before it, we have xenon gas. Let me see. Let me write it. Before it, we have xenon gas detector, and we are trying to create more advanced detector, which is called photon counting uh, detector. So you don't need to know all this thing right now. Just need to keep in your mind that we have the X-ray beam go through about our body, and this detector this kind of detector will record that data. And the way we use data, how we use it, yeah, this is the one based on the math on one of the most basic algorithm to resolve to be used to reconstruct our image. Final image is back projection. um, Let me say quick overview. You can see that we apply math to analyze the remaining X-ray that meets the detector, and after that we can, pixel size, right? We can label or attach every single pixels of our matrix into a house field unit, a particular house field unit. For example, this is a three multiple three rows and three column matrix, right? And after applying math, we can, I think, and I mean we can attach it, label it, each pixel in this matrix a single particular house field unit. Well, that's why we do, and we have gone for about 80% of this process. And the final thing, the way we display data. Yeah, we have already got a house field unit here, the house field unit for every single pixel, right? The remaining task is simple. We attach it once again, the house field unit in the pixel into a grayscale, and that's how we have our final image. And your curiosity will ask yourself why we need to do to change house field unit to the image grayscale. Yeah, we will talk about it, this topic later, but that's the way, in quick overview demonstration how our CT system works. Well, you can see right here, convert data into shades of gray for viewing. Because on the second one, on the second part of our procedure, we just only label our pixels into house field units, and that's why our last part is converting data that's house field unit into shades of gray. But this is a sample. This is a simple process. So you need to try so hard to understand what the most important parts is implied in the first one and the second one. Yeah, how we get data, how we create the X-ray beam, and how the X-ray beam is processed, is acquired, is analyzed. Yeah, what? So that's how our system works, my friend. Data acquisition, getting data, image reconstruction using data, and image display data. And it's also this 11 section overview of the city system operation is also our last section of the lecture 1, and this is also the signpost of our last words in this lecture 1, basic principle of city, our last word of the part 4 of lecture 1. Well, I'm really happy because you are once again spending time for listening to me, and I will try my best to bring to you useful contents in the following videos. Right now, our task is done, and hope you have a great night, a great sleep, great time with your family, and we will meet another time. See ya!